the wonderful world of role-playing games. I love them and hate them at the same time. Love them because it's the best genre in gaming, but hate them because they take forever to beat. Like many RPG enthusiasts, I have taken to YouTube to watch my fellow content creators talk about their RPG experiences. Most talk about their top-tier games, and why not? They are, for the most part, critically acclaimed titles that offer an RPG experience unlike any other. Take Final Fantasy XVI, for example. It is quite the polarizing game, and undoubtedly one of my favorite Final Fantasies. But there are also many who don't share my opinion. Regardless, the game has garnered positive reviews and is overall a well-known commodity, and at this point, while I could be probably singing its praises, you already know what the game is, so why bother? But what if I started talking about Matto Anomalies? Ever heard of that one? On paper, it's your typical third-person dungeon-crawling turn-based RPG that doesn't do anything different. But if you give it some time and very carefully read and follow its twisted storyline, you are in for a treat. The story starts off fairly simply, nothing special, but quickly delves into a tale with an absurdly complicated plot that is frankly quite hard, but at the same time quite fascinating to follow. Which, if you can, then you will have in fact experienced a complex sci-fi tale that is pretty memorable. By no means is this an A-tier RPG, but most things in this world are not. Sorry to break it to you. So if you like vanilla ice cream and cheeseburgers, Matto Anomalies is your McDonald's. Let's take Fate Samurai Remnant as our next example. I know you've seen this title sitting on your local game shelf, waiting patiently to be noticed by some gamer, just begging for a chance to get played. But alas, no luck. The game must be thinking, why in the blue hell did these game stores arrange their games alphabetically? Putting it next to Final Fantasy is like parking a Ferrari next to a Civic. But for those who appreciate the little guy, Fate Samurai Remnant is one amazing action RPG experience. For the record, I am still in the process of beating this game, but talk about a strong story with lots of twists and turns and some great supporting characters. Hey, the combat is pretty awesome too, with a lot more than just simple button mashing, especially against some pretty tough foes and bosses. Sure, I don't enjoy everything about the game, like that unnecessarily tedious strategy section, but still, if there's an RPG that deserves more praise, well, this one would be it. Or perhaps maybe this one, One Piece Odyssey, another anime-based JRPG that is bursting with character, or actually more like characters from the One Piece anime. Listen, nothing about this RPG is revolutionary, but I kinda like the One Piece characters, and the banter between them. This is yet another game that I'm still playing, but I'm fairly certain that I'm not going to be changing my mind on this. A fairly simple yet solid JRPG that may feel a bit slow, but who cares? Besides, what's cooler than a bunch of pirates, right? Wait, what did you say? Time mages? Okay, a fair point, and Chris Tales has exactly that, a pretty awesome time mage. But now, Chris Tales is falling into that quote-unquote forgotten games category. But I really love everything about this game, including its very unique battle system that features time manipulation. In the world of indie RPGs, this game ranks as a higher than average game, but I really felt like highlighting this, so it gets a bit of a downgrade with more face time. But Chris Tales deserves more spotlight. Heck, it doesn't take too long to beat either. Yeah, Witcher 3 and Persona 5 are great, but you'll be playing those long after your grandkids have graduated from college. Nobody has time for that. Why does everything have to be so dark and gloomy for RPGs? Someone is trying to rule the world, or worse, trying to destroy it. Now, a game like Eternights is not going to throw some amazing curveball story at you, nor is it going to blow you away with its amazing presentation or graphical prowess. But if there's a game that I would categorize as a jack of all trades, but master of none, Eternights, which I hope I'm pronouncing correctly, would be at the top of my list. Storytelling is average, music is average, characters, you guessed it, average, combat, in my opinion, is above average, but for the sake of consistency, let's just call it average. The thing is though, when you sum up all the averages, you get an overall experience that can, and in this case is, above average. Aside from the final section, which is a major pain to get through, I had a pretty decent time with this game. If nothing else, this is the only game where I've had to go to the store searching for pads with my potential girlfriend. Talk about originality. Honestly, women have so many more things that they have to go through than us men. I have the utmost respect for them. And no, I'm not just saying that because my wife may watch this video, but the women in Fairy Fencer F Refrain Chord, they take it to the next level. I really enjoyed my time with this tactical turn-based RPG, and of all the games I've talked about today, this game's soundtrack far outshines the competition. An easy S tier for me. I personally enjoyed the story as well, that at times gets pretty dark, but sadly, one of its weaker aspects is its unbalanced combat. The battles are a cakewalk for the most part, but some of the later battles and that final boss, even on easy difficulty, they're next to impossible. Still though, I'd classify this as an RPG hidden gem. Try it out for yourself. Whether it's my college GPA, soccer skills, overall intelligence, or gaming choices, average just works for me. I know that we as gamers want to experience the very best, but sometimes those experiences come crashing down, especially when a game fails to meet expectations. I'm talking about you, Red Dead 2. So, I encourage you to try out something average, and it may, just may, be what you're looking for. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.